Welcome back to Bible Shorts, Episode 30, Spying Out the Land. Now the Israelites were camping at Kadesh in the wilderness, just south of Canaan. The Lord said to Moses, "Send some men to explore the land of Canaan, which I'm going to give to the Israelites." So at the Lord's command, Moses picked 12 men, each a leader of their tribe. Moses told them, "Go up through the Negev and on into the hill country. See what the land is like, and whether the people who live there are strong or weak, few or many. What kind of land do they live in? Is it good or bad? What kind of towns do they live in? Are they unwalled or fortified? How is the soil? Is it fertile or is it poor? Are there trees in it or not? Do your best to bring back some of the fruit of this land." It was the season for the first ripe grapes. So they went north and explored the land. They went up through the Negev and eventually even passed through Hebron and Bethel. And you remember, traditionally, Hebron was where Isaac and Rebekah and their young sons Jacob and Esau had lived. And in a cave nearby were buried Abraham, Sarah, Isaac, Rebekah, Leah, and Jacob. Coming back, they cut off a branch bearing a single cluster of grapes. 2 of them carried it on a pole between them, along with some pomegranates and figs. They came back to Moses and Aaron and the whole community at Kadesh, and there they reported to them and showed them the fruit of the land. "We went into the land to which you sent us, and it does flow with milk and honey. But the people who live there are powerful, and the cities are fortified and very large." Then Caleb silenced the peoples before Moses and said, "We should go up and take possession of the land, for we can certainly do it." But the men who had gone up with him said, "We can't attack those people. They are stronger than we are. All the people we saw there were of great size. We seemed like grasshoppers in our own eyes, and we looked the same to them." And I bet you can guess what happened next. What do they always do? That night, all the members of the community raised their voices and wept aloud. All the Israelites grumbled against Moses and Aaron, and the whole assembly said to them, "If only we had died in Egypt or in this wilderness. Why is the Lord bringing us to this land only to let us fall by the sword? Our wives and children will be taken as plunder. Wouldn't it be better for us to go back to Egypt?" And they said to each other, "We should choose a leader and go back to Egypt." Then Joshua and Caleb said to the entire assembly, "The land we passed through and explored is good. If the Lord is pleased with us, he will lead us into the land, a land flowing with milk and honey, and will give it to us. Do not be afraid of the people of the land. The Lord is with us. Do not be afraid of them." But the whole assembly talked about stoning them. Then the glory of the Lord appeared at the tent of meeting to all the Israelites, and the Lord said to Moses, "How long will these people treat me with contempt? How long will they refuse to believe in me, in spite of all the signs I have performed among them?" Moses said to the Lord, "In accordance with your great love, forgive the sin of these people, just as you have pardoned them from the time they left Egypt until now." The Lord replied, "I have forgiven them, as you asked. Nevertheless, as surely as I live, and as surely as the glory of the Lord fills the whole earth, Not one of those who are 20 years old or more who has grumbled against me, who saw my glory and the signs I performed in Egypt and in the wilderness, but who disobey me and tested me multiple times. Not one of them will ever see the land I promised on oath to their ancestors, except Caleb and Joshua. Instead, these people shall be shepherds out here in the wilderness for 40 years. And as for the children that the people said would be taken as plunder, after 40 years, I will bring them in to enjoy the land that their parents have rejected. So turn back tomorrow and set out toward the desert along the route to the Red Sea. And Moses told the people what the Lord had said. Instead, early the next morning, the Israelite people set out for the highest point in the hill country, saying, "Now we are ready to go up to the land the Lord promised." But Moses said, "This will not succeed. Do not go up, because the Lord is not with you. You will be defeated by your enemies, because you have turned away from the Lord. He will not be with you." Nevertheless, in their presumption, they went up towards the highest point in the hill country, though neither Moses nor the ark of the Lord's covenant moved from the camp. But the Amalekites and the Canaanites who lived in that hill country came down and attacked them and defeated them. So they turned back and headed out back into the wilderness. What happens next? Look for Bible Shorts episode 31. 40 years later.